Hi students, once again welcome back to the world of English. And in today's session we are going to learn defining and non-defining relative clause. Now before we get into defining and non-defining relative clause, the today's topic, let's know some of the important concepts in English grammar. Okay? How do you define a clause? A clause can be defined as a group of words containing a subject and a verb which form a sentence or part of a sentence. For example, I can't cook very well, but I make quite good pancakes. Okay, so please understand clause has subject and a verb. Okay, and there are two types of clauses. Okay, one is independent clause, other one is dependent clause. Okay, independent clauses are complete sentences. They can stand alone and express a complete thought, whereas dependent clause contain a subject and a predicate, but they do not express a complete thought. Okay, students, please understand independent clauses are also called as main clause. Okay, they are able to stand alone and express a complete thought. Okay, they do not depend on any other sentence because it has subject and verb and it gives complete sense. For example, I want some cereal. I want some cereals. Okay, Mary likes cats. Joseph is a good soccer player. Okay, you have subject, verb, and an object, or subject and predicate. Okay, they are independent clauses. They are able to express a complete thought. Okay, now dependent clauses. Dependent clauses are also called as subordinate clause. They always depend on independent clauses. By the name itself we can understand dependent clause. Okay, dependent is which depends on something else, right? Now dependent clauses will always depend on independent clauses. Now dependent clause contains a subject and a predicate, but they do not express a complete thought. For example, you can see when it is raining. Okay, it's a question mark. It's only half sense. It's not a complete thought. Because you were late before you go to bed. Do you understand? Simple. Dependent clauses are also called as subordinate clause. They always depend on independent clause. They do not give complete meaning or thought. Okay? So dear students, please understand there are three main types of dependent clauses. Okay? We have already learned what is a dependent clause, right? Now we have three main dependent clauses. First one is adjective clause, second one adverb clause, and third one is a noun clause, and they are named by the way they function in a sentence. Okay, so now let's know what is a noun clause. Noun clause is a dependent clause that acts as a noun. Okay, that acts as a noun, and it always begins with the words like that, what, whatever, when, where, whether, which, whichever, who, whoever, whom, whomever, and why. So dear students, you already know the definition of adjective, right? Adjective describes a noun. Now what is an adjective clause? Here an adjective clause is a dependent clause that modifies a noun or a pronoun. Okay, it tells which one or what kind. Adjective clause always come right after the noun they modify. Okay, so dear students, you know it already, the definition of adverb, right? Adverb gives a little more information about the verb, how an action is done. Okay, now an adverb clause describes or gives more information about the verb, tells us when, where, how, to what extent, or under what condition something is happening. Okay, so dear students, I believe you have understood the three main dependent clauses. One is noun clause, adjective clause, and adverb clause, right? Students, now let's know what is a relative clause. Now, the very word relative, what does it mean relative? Something that joins, right? Okay. Relative clauses are clauses starting with the relative pronouns. Okay. The relative pronouns are who, that, which, whose, where, when. They are most often used to define or identify the noun that precedes them. Okay. I believe you have understood what is relative clause, right? Now let's see what is defining relative clause. Okay, what is defining relative clause? As the name suggests, defining relative clause, it gives essential, significant, important information to define or identify the person or a thing we are talking about. Okay, simple. Defining relative clauses give us essential information. Okay, let's take an example. Dogs that like cats are very unusual. In this sentence, we understand that there are many dogs in the world, but we are only talking about the ones that like cats. Okay, the defining relative clause gives us that information. Do you understand? Let's see some more examples of defining relative clause. Children who hate chocolates are uncommon. They live in a house whose roof is full of holes. Let's go to a country where the sun always shines. The reason why I came here today is not important. Okay? Now let's move to non-defining relative clause. Okay? Students, it's a simple non-defining relative clause is used to give some extra information about the person or a thing. It is not necessary information. Okay, whereas your defining relative clause gives significant information or important information, whereas your non-defining relative clause gives extra information. Okay, it gives extra information. Sometimes it may not be required. Okay, let's see some of the examples so that you will understand better. Okay. Gorillas, which are large and originate in Africa, can sometimes be found in zoos. This gives some extra information about gorillas. We are talking about all gorillas, not just one type of gorilla. Okay. Let's move to the next example. John's mother, who lives in Scotland, has 6 grandchildren. We know who John's mother is, and he only has one. Okay. The important information is the number of grandchildren, but the fact that she lives in Scotland might be followed with the words by the way. Okay, it is additional information. Dear students, please understand the non-defining relative clauses are always separated from the rest of the sentence by commas. The commas have a similar function to brackets. Okay. Let's see some examples. My friend John has just written a best-selling novel. Okay. Next one. My friend John, who went to the same school as me, has just written a best-selling novel. Do you find the difference between both the sentences? The first sentence is not punctuated, whereas the second sentence is punctuated, right? So dear students, I believe you have understood. The defining relative clause is used to give essential information about someone or something that we need in order to understand what or who is being referred to. Okay? Whereas your non-defining relative clause gives extra information about a person or a thing. And remember, your non-defining relative clause is punctuated. Okay, it is separated with the comma. Okay.